Porn in the USA. Who's logging on to adult entertainment websites? Well, a new survey says that when it comes to online porn, it's popular no matter where you live in the U.S., but it's slightly more common in so-called red states. Pastor David Eric Jones is himself a former porn addict, and he also wrote a book about his addiction called My Struggle, Your Struggle. Pastor Jones is joining us from his church, First Baptist in Jayton, Texas. And thanks for joining us this morning, Pastor. Probably not easy to talk about. Why did you decide, first of all, to come forward about your online porn or rather your porn addiction in general?
Well, I think it's something that needs to be talked about. We need to bring these things out and open so that we can deal with them and get the help we need. And there are a lot of people who deal with this who think they're the only ones.
I got you. And tell us, what is the appeal, in your opinion, about porn? Why do people turn to porn that would seem otherwise happy, well-adjusted?
Well, you know, we're all sexual beings. We're all created equally. We all have sexual desires, and pornography taps into that. And there's a certain secretness that makes it attractive, and it taps into our sinful natures, and it pulls at the very core of who we are. And I think that's why pornography is so attractive to people. All
right, and I want to talk about this study because this is interesting. This study of anonymous credit card receipts found that the states with the highest subscriptions to adult content site, it was Utah with 5.5 subscriptions per 1,000 homes. Montana, the least, with 1.92 subscriptions for 1,000 homes. So there's not much variance, but what does it say that states that tend to be more conservative and religious actually consume more porn?
Well, I think there's two factors. First of all, you have access. The conservative states tend to be more rural. They're going to have less sexually oriented businesses. And there's a social stigma that would prevent people from going out in public to look for pornography. And so that would tend to lend people to internet pornography because they would be wanting to do this privately. Also, I believe there's a lack of awareness or openness in conservative states. People don't like to talk about this. Christians and conservatives would rather sweep it under the rug and act like it's not there. And again, that lends to underground activity or secretive activity. And that in itself can be harmful because that would produce more addictive behavior.
Right.
And I think those two factors would be important.
Talk to the hypocrisy that some people say is out there. The people who tend to be the most outraged may, in some ways, be the largest consumer of the very things they're outraged by. How do you square that?
Okay, well, you know, we feel very strongly, all of us, whether liberal or conservative, and there are times whenever the things that we feel strongly about, we're still attracted to or those things appeal to us, and we're fighting within ourselves. And unfortunately, sometimes that comes out in the wrong ways, and we judge people or we hold other people to a higher standard than ourselves. Whether you're conservative or liberal, you still have those same urges within your humanity. And sometimes, again, as conservatives, we feel very strongly about this, and because of the social stigma and our values, we try to hide it. And instead of facing it with ourselves or facing it within our churches or our homes, we tend to try to fight it with being more aggressive. And sometimes that comes out as hypocrisy. And
it's interesting, though, because that's all the more why it's fascinating that you actually came forward. You want more people to, to know, as you put it in your book, My Struggle, Your Struggle, that you're not alone if these are issues that you're dealing with. Thanks for talking to us this morning, Pastor David Eric Jones from First Baptist Church in Jayton, Texas. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Crossing the top of the hour now, and on the most news.